Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lachlan Elsworth back. I'm the Senior Client Advisor for TradersInternational.com for Australia, Southeast Asia, and NZ. We can't forget about NZ. Now, ladies and gents, what I want to do is actually build on what we've already done with the 3 videos on maximising your profit. I now want to introduce you to trailing stops and show you how you could have quite happily used a trailing stop to take advantage of this move. Now, what I want you to look for, ladies and gents, first and foremost, is I want you to look for oscillations in the DS. Okay, you can see here, here's my first oscillation. What does that give me? It gives me a reference point for a trailing stop, just like I've added in for you there. What we then do is we then have a look at our second oscillation, or second negative oscillation on our DS. What we then can do is add in an additional trailing stop and say, well, right, there we go. There's our first trailing stop. We're going to position our stop. Let's say we position it 3 points below the price low reflected in that oscillation. Okay, so if I put an arrow in for you there, what am I doing? I'm finding the oscillation. I'm going to the candle. I'm saying, let's go 3 points below the extreme low. What have we now got? We've now got a stop loss in place. So what we can then do is use exactly that same rule on each of the DS oscillations. There's another DS oscillation. What do we want to do? We want to put in a stop loss below the swing. You see what I'm doing here, ladies and gents? There's another DS oscillation. So we mark our oscillation, we then put our stop loss below the oscillation. Now what we're doing very, very intentionally is we're locking in more and more and more profit as the market moves to our extreme target. The reason we do this, ladies and gents, is we want to ensure that we're locking in profit, and if the market does turn and does come against us, well, so what? Instead of, as an example, instead of getting the 8% return that we were originally going for, so we've got our 8% return just down here, instead of going for that 8% return, my first stop loss, I was locking in around about 3 points, or 3%, but it can never be taken away in case the market runs. Then you might have had a contract here at your 11% target. You actually bank that. But what do you do with the rest of them? As the market continues to move, you just lock in more and more profit. Let's focus on this one just here, just to give you an indication of what I mean. That stop loss is now sitting at 2918. What that means, in fact 2919, what that means is putting that stop loss there, letting the market turn and run, we've actually locked in 14% return. Okay, so instead of getting 8 down the bottom and saying, hey, look, thank you very much, I've done my 8, there's my 8, we've gone all the way up to the top here and said, you know what, I want to lock in a lot more than that. In fact, 29, let's have a look, 2905, and our stop is now sitting at 2919, there's our 14%. The stop loss even higher is sitting at a 16%. So you can see what we've done here is we've simply allowed the movement of the market to determine how much money we can take off this trade. If you were a 2-contract trader, you could have traded to the first target and then let 1 contract run and see how far you can let it run. In the case of a 3-contract trader, you could have had a target at 8, a target at 11, and then you could have let the rest run as well. The key point, ladies and gents, if the market's going to move in your favor, there are ways that you can take advantage of it. Now again, I did not teach myself this, ladies and gents. I was taught by Rich, by Dale, and I've had a quick memory blank, by all the professional trading team at TI. Afshin has been absolutely phenomenal in tutoring and so on. Nick Krang, ladies and gents, there's a whole lot of people out there that have been phenomenal at teaching me how to trade. The key point, if the market moves, take advantage of it. Take some early money off the table so you can't lose money on the trade. If it runs, absolutely fantastic. And here's just another example from literally this morning. Here's another example of how the market ran significantly in our favor, which I think is a wonderful thing for you to master, ladies and gents. All right. Well, ladies and gents, that's enough from me. I want to say thank you very much from the entire Traders International team. If you do want to find out more about what we do, all you need to do is go to TradersInternational.com, ask questions, ask some really good questions, and make sure you attend a live event where we can take you through this in detail. A lot of the events are run over the web, so you can attend a webinar from anywhere in the world. Tuesday night for Forex, Thursday night for Eminis. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to updating you each week on new signals, new strategies, and new ways and interpretations of taking advantage of the market. Thank you, and bye for now.